Night opener for the new NFL season between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Pickett into the secondary past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara.
John Kaminsky got him down defensively.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, Pickett. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff to Davis. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down carry for Davis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On third down, Willis. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Pickett firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking to throw on second down. Pickett. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
To throw on 3rd down, Willis. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in Week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start Week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case...
And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Pickett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Pickett. Throw left side, complete to Troutman. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in Week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, you know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A 3rd field goal in the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pickett.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin.
He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 1st and 10, Pickett. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Pickett. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Pickett drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They find some open field here. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a give to Davis. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground.
And Davis, he's not going to get there. Unable to make it to the yellow line. They stop him short.
So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the 1st half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll run with Davis. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Decided to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah, your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned, he's coming for you.
He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot, they run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had to get...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg. Pickett. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll run it here with Pierce. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A run here with Pierce. Escapes the defender. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And that is incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So it's his 3rd field goal now with a ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Falcons offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll run on first down. Pierce. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Pickett. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Pickett. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come, and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
To throw on second down, Willis. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 91 yards. And the Falcons on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
This time, the extra point up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Into the secondary, past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A broken tackle there, but not a ton to show for it. Tackled just on the other side of midfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons' offense at the line. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, with the score where it's at, a field goal essentially doesn't do him much good here. A touchdown, though, and they're really in business.
Yeah, exactly right, because taking over the ball in this type of field position, all right, they feel good about what the defense just did. If you're calling plays, you're still thinking aggressively. You're not thinking, all right, let's just run the ball and try and get 3. You want to put it downfield, call your big shots, and try and get that big, big score.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Bond coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go again with Davis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off play action. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
But how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They begin with a run by Davis. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Falcons, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles...